Good morning. My name is Sammee Quong and I live in Augusta since 1974. I'm here to read to you a storybook and it's called Our American Family. I Am Chinese American by Amy Lee. Oops, gotta get to the page first. My family. My name is Kimberly Chang, but my friends call me Kim. I live in San Francisco, California. My parents came here from a city called Beijing in the country of China. I have a big brother named Chow. His American name is Charles. My parents teach me and my brother about the rich Chinese culture and heritage. My parents own a bakery. They work there together. My brother helps them after school. When I am older, I will help out too. Beijing is the capital of China. In Beijing, my parents lived in a small apartment with my grandparents. In the evenings, they liked to visit other families in the building. Everyone in the family got up early to start their day. My father worked in a factory. My mother worked in a library. In China, most people work 6 days a week. My parents worked 6 days a week too, but on their day off, they often went to the park and had a picnic. And this is the picture in Beijing. Confucius. My family follows the teachings of a man named Confucius. Confucius was a Chinese sage who lived about 2,500 years ago. Confucius believed that people should respect each other and work together for the good of everyone in the community. He taught many Chinese people how to live in peace and friendship. Many listened to him. Today, people around the world still follow the teachings of Confucius. Chinese New Year's. The Chinese New Year is an important Chinese holiday. It happens at the end of January or the beginning of February because it goes by the lunar calendar. There is a big parade in and around the area of San Francisco and other Chinatowns. My brother and I like to watch it together. Bells and fireworks are used in the parade to scare away the evil spirits. At home, we celebrate the New Year's with a special meal. Our house is decorated in red, which stands for good luck. Children get money in red envelopes called hongbao. We all have fun. And here's a picture of the dragon. A famous Chinese American. Yoyo Ma is someone I admire very much. He grew up around music. Everyone in his family played a musical instrument. When he was 4 years old, Yo-Yo began taking up cello lessons. When he was 5, he memorized a famous music piece by the famous composer Johann Sebastian Bach. By the time he was 9 years old, Yoyo Ma was famous. He had performed at the Carnegie Hall in New York City. Today, Yo-Yo is one of the is the greatest cello player of all times. Tiananmen Square. In 1989, about 100,000 students and workers in Beijing demonstrated at a place called Tiananmen Square. They wanted to show the government that they disagreed with the way their country was being run. The government did not like this and sent the Chinese army in to stop the violence. About 5,000 people were killed and 10,000 were hurt. It was a sad time for my parents and for the many Chinese Americans. Clothing. In the past, Chinese people wore clothing that showed their status in society. Working people wore pants and a short jacket. Women who did not work wore a piece of clothing called cheongsam, which means a long dress. Today, Chinese Americans follow their own style of clothing. I like to wear t-shirts and pants. Sometimes I wear a skirt or a dress. On special days, such as weddings or birthdays or celebrations, we might wear our special kinds of clothing, and I get to wear my cheongsam as the ancestors did. Chinese food. My family likes to make dinner together. My mom or dad cuts the meat, chicken, or fish and adds them to the vegetables in what's called a stir fry. They cook them in a container called a wok, and we eat with chopsticks. And we drink rice and tea with every meal. On special occasions, my mom makes jiangsu, or dumplings. Dumplings are my favorite Chinese food. Tea. The Chinese were the first people to drink tea. We drink tea at every meal, but we don't put milk or sugar in the tea, like some people do. There are two different kinds of teas. One is a green tea, which is from tea leaves that are just slightly fermented. Then there is a black tea, which is fermented longer, and it tastes bitter. My older brother likes to drink black tea, but I don't like it very much. I am Chinese American. I have learned a lot from my parents about Chinese culture. They have told me that China is over 3,500 years old, and it has many different traditions. And my family celebrates some of them, such as the Chinese New Year's. But we also like to follow the American traditions and celebrate such holidays as the fireworks on the 4th of July. I am happy to be living in America, but I am also proud of my Chinese heritage.